Okay, hello everyone. Welcome back. Today we're reading Fantastic Mr. Fox, and we are on chapter 8. The foxes begin to starve. Over here we have Orson is back. Hello, Orson.
Hello.
Sophie
Hello.
as one of the children. Hi, Sophie.
Hello.
We have Alexander.
Hello.
And Milo. And Miles is back as Fantastic Mr. Fox. Hi, Miles.
Because he's fantastic.
And Nina, hello, Mrs. Fox. And finally, the two little girls, Isabella and Emily, as the little foxes. Okay, guys, let's get started. So, chapter 8, the foxes begin to starve. That evening, 3 tents were put up in the crater on the hill. One for Bogus, one for Bunce, and one for Bean. The tents surrounded Mr. Fox's hole, and the 3 farmers sat outside their tents, eating their supper. Let's have a look at them eating their supper. Oh, he's not eating, he's just drinking. Here's Bogus having his, very good. Having his. Bogus had 3 boiled chickens smothered in dumplings. Bunce
Served in a cheesy puffs bag.
had 6 donuts filled with disgusting goose liver paste. And Bean had 2 gallons of cider. All 3 of them kept their guns beside them. Bogus picked up a steaming chicken and held it close to the fox's hole.
One of the crispy chickens.
Hey, what? Oh god. Okay. Can you smell this, Mr. Fox?
He shouted.
No.
Hey, the chicken! Why don't you come and get me?
The rich scent of chicken wafted down the tunnel to where the foxes were, crouching.
Oh, Dad,
Said one of the small foxes.
couldn't we just sneak up and snatch it out of his hand?
Don't you dare! That's just what they want you to do.
Miles, that's Mrs. Fox that said that line.
Oh.
Good work though.
Don't you dare. That's just what they want to do.
Want you to do.
But that's what Fantastic Mr. Fox just said. Then all the children said,
Copy Fox.
But we're so hungry.
they cried.
I'm hungry for blood.
What the?
How long will it be? It will till we get something to eat.
Their mother didn't answer them, nor did their father. There was no answer to give. As darkness fell, Bunce and Bean switched on the powerful headlamps of the 2 tractors and shone them on the hole.
Guess it's Beanans.
Yes, say now.
Your line, Bean.
Your line. Orson, it's your line.
Okay. Where is it? Which page are we on?
Page 32.
Oh, yeah, found it. Now!
Said
said
Bean.
Bean. We'll take it in turns to keep watch. One watches while 2 sleep, and so on through all the night.
I hope I'm the one that gets to shoot the fox. I've been target practicing all day.
What if
August said,
a hole right through the hill and comes out the other side? Didn't think of that one, did ya?
Of course I did, said Bean, pretending he had.
Go on then, tell us the answer.
Bean picked something
Bean picked something small and black out of his ear and flicked it away.
I don't know what this is, but don't know how a toy gun, tiny little toy gun got in my ear. Maybe it was one of the flies was a murderer in my ear.
Serial killer fly.
Ah, no, it's in my book. Ugh, disgusting. How many men have you got on your farm?
35.
No. Months. How many men?
What do I say?
How many men have you got on your farm?
Yeah. How many do I have?
36.
6.
36.
Wait, what? Is it 6?
36. 36.
This is so confusing. Oh, 36. 36.
And I've got 37. Being said, that makes 2 hours later 108 men in total. We must order them to surround the hill. Each man will have a gun and a flashlight, like my beautiful flashlight. There'll be no escape then for Mr. Fox or any other creature.
So the order went down to the farms, and that night 108 men formed a tight ring around the bottom of the hill. They were armed with sticks and guns and hatchets and pistols and all sorts of other horrible weapons. This made it quite impossible for a fox, or indeed for any other animal, to escape from the hill. The next day, the watching and waiting went on. Bogus and Bunce and Bean sat upon small stools, staring at the fox's hole. They didn't talk much. They just sat there with their guns on their laps.
No, I didn't. Okay.
Every so often, Mr. Fox would creep a little closer towards the mouth of the tunnel and take a sniff. Let's see you sniffing, Miles. Then he would creep back again and say,
He's muted.
I think you're on mute, Miles.
He's muted.
He would creep back again and say,
You just muted yourself again.
Stuart, he'll unmute himself. You don't mute him.
there you go.
They're still there.
Go for it, Nina. Your line.
Are you quite sure?
Mrs. Fox would ask.
Positive. I can smell that man being a mile away. He stinks.
Wait, what? I will.
Okay, chapter 9. Mr. Fox has a plan. For 3 days and 3 nights, this waiting game went on.
Oh gosh. How long can the fox go without food or water?
Fox asked on the 3rd day.
Not much longer now. Just a few days. Hours.
Got another line there.
Is that the wrong thing?
No idea. He was right. He'll have to. He'll have to. Yes, I am right. I'm always right. He'll have to. He'll have to. Yeah, Mr. Fox will have to. Because
We'll
he's
make a run for it.
I'll make a run for it.
Bean was right. He will make a run for it. Down in the
Yeah.
tunnel, the foxes were slowly but surely starving to death. Let's see all the hungry foxes.
Ha ha ha
Oh,
ha ha
hungry.
ha ha, they're all dying.
If only you could have a little cider, which you can't because it's mine.
And then, when the little foxes said,
If only we could just have a tiny sip of water. Oh, Dad, can't you do something? couldn't we make a dash for it, Dad?
You know where you are.
We'd have a little bit of a chance, wouldn't we?
No chance at all.
Snapped Mrs. Fox.
I refuse to let you go up there and face those guns. I'd sooner you stayed down here and die in peace.
Mr. Fox had not spoken for a long time. He'd been sitting quite still, his eyes closed, not even hearing what the others were saying. Mrs. Fox knew that he was trying desperately to think of a way out. And now, as she looked at him, she saw him stir himself and get slowly to his feet. He looked back at his wife. There was a little spark of excitement dancing in his eyes.
What is it, darling?
I've just had a bit of an idea.
And the little fox said,
It's not you. Nina, it's not you.
What?
right?
Dad, what is it?
Nina, it's you now,
Well,
Come on,
said Mrs. Fox.
tell us quickly.
well,
Said Mr. Fox. Then he stopped inside and sadly shook his head. He sat down again.
it's no good. It won't work after all.
Why not, Dad? Why not?
Because
Dad?
it means more digging. And we aren't any of us strong enough for that after 3 days and nights without food.
Yes, we are, Dad.
Cried the small foxes, jumping up and running to their father.
We can do it. You see if we can. So can you.
Mr. Fox looked at the 4 small foxes and he smiled. What fine children I have, he thought. They are starving to death and they haven't had a drink for 3 days, but they are still undefeated. I must not let them down,
Suppose we could give it a try.
he said.
Let's go, Dad. Tell us what you want us to do.
Slowly, Mrs. Fox got to her feet. Up on your feet, Mrs. Fox. She was suffering more than any of them. She was so hungry from the lack of food and water. She was very weak.
I am so sorry.
She said.
But I don't think I'm going to be much help.
You stay right where you are, darling. We can handle this by ourselves.
Excellent work. Okay, so Mr. Fox has an interesting plan. Let's find out what happens next. Okay, thanks everybody.